Hafiz Ibrahim goes out. Number 9 goes out. That's Stephen Amankona. And of course, jersey number 20 also goes out in the name of Mustafa Yakubu. But they all come together. Sadiq Ismail is onside. Ismail goes offside. Can Ismail stay on target? Sadiq Ismail! Oh, what a goal! Sadiq Ismail! He is no stranger to finding the back of a net this season. He's done so 3 times with Remo Stars already. And he has done it again. What an opening goal! Sadiq Ismail, one of the best defenders in the league. And on the 19-minute mark, it is him again. Daniel Agumadere has overseen those kind of runs time and time again. He scored in his first goal this season. Of course, in the CAF Confederations Cup, when Remo Stars played against Asfar, corner expected to be swung in. Low block. It's cleared off by Ghana. Pressure still on. Batugun's hit it. And now, Alimi tried to make something happen. Duka Jr. Oh, goodness me! It is the captain! Or is it? Yes, it is! Quick fire! Nduka Jr. And it is 2 Remo Stars players who have made it 2-0 Nigeria. It is dream stuff, but it is drama unfolding before our eyes. Ghana are being eaten with their feathers here at the Nest of Champions. And that is how they do it in the Jollof Derby. That's the kind of movement you get from a striker. Nduka Jr. all the way from the back. And he just pounced on the loose ball in the 18-yard area. The Ghanaian coach Didi Dramani cannot believe what he's seen. Lovely from Ghana. But now, Alimi still chasing. Oh, it's a lovely pass. But now, they've given it away. Seven Rising keeps his nerves. Seven Rising in for 3-0. Nigeria have turned it up. And that is it. Magical. Absolutely remarkable. It is top quality stuff. And it is the kind of stuff that you say dreams are made of. Christmas coming late. But Nigerians will not care. They are tearing Ghana apart at the Nest of Champions. And it is goal upon goal, upon goal, upon goal. Absolutely astonishing. But you blink in the game, and every single time you blink, you just turn around and goal has been scored. The first one scored by Sadiq Ismail, second scored by Nduka Jr. The third scored, of course, by the player who everyone knew should have been considered for player of the season last year when it came to the midfield of the season. But he went to his teammate Kazim Ogunleye. What a goal from Seven Rising. Absolutely beautiful. Pulling up, given chance. Seven Rising, lovely ball. Here comes Sikir Alimi. Can he make it for in Nigeria? Sikir Alimi's lost it. And for a player who has so much prestige and so much experience, Sulemana gets it. Sulemana all the way back to Amankona. Amankona looking for a run of a teammate. Can he find Yakubu? Yakubu, penalty area now. Amankona, can he get one back? Ghana! Yes, they have! Well. No clean sheet for Nigeria. The comeback just might be on. What do you know? It all starts from one goal. And this just might not be game over. The Black Galaxies have something to hold on to. What a game this has been. What a game, what a game. Ghanaian change, maybe. Jersey number 12 on the bench. Counts his feet. Back now to Yakubu. Yakubu, can he unleash a shot? Yakubu still has it. Finds Kamaradini. Kamaradini for Ghana. Goes wide. Finds Mensah. Mensah still has it. Ghana sends it crossing. Can they get something? Onyebuchi with the clearance. Agbele now watches the ball. Finds Adamu. Couldn't find him initially. Keeps the ball. Beautiful. Hits the hand of a player. And of course, that's going to have to be a free kick for Nigeria. Ghana breaking forward. Can they get another consolation? There just might be the cherry on the icing. Ghana. That just goes to begging. No hand from it from Mozoya Mena. And Nigeria survive again. 4 minutes we added on, and we've played 1 minute of those 4 minutes. So as it stands, Nigeria are about to punch a ticket to Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. They had to wait 2 editions, but Nigeria are holding their own. And there you have it. It is finished. A tall dream, they said. A dream that might have not been achieved, they said. A third time, a heartbreak, they said. But unlike that all, it was the third time Nigeria made it happen. Nigeria can throw those nightmares away of 2020 and 2022 into the pile of dustbin in the backyard.
Yeah, Nigeria 3, Ghana 1. They call it the Super B, the B team. I don't know why they call it the B team. It is the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It doesn't really matter whether they are home-based or foreign-based, but it is the locality where they play that actually matters. I'm Ken Ochonogo, and you're welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday, the last edition for the year 2024. At times like this, you give praises, and you said, yes, we've gotten here. What have we gone through? From January to December, what has been the highlights, the sporting highlights of the year. So it's important for us to look at that. And if my producer, director, they all agree, we'll open the lines early because we want you guys to be partakers of this show today. It's been a long year, but then how many, every 4 years is where you have the epochal event, the #1 sporting event in the world. They are descending from Mount Olympus. Yes, that is how they talk about the Olympics. 1896, they said it started, and here we are in 2024. And Paris are those countries that, you know, were among the first cities to host it, and now, you know, did host it this year. What were your highlights? For us in Nigeria, it was not, you know, a palatable tale to talk about, because what happened sometime in 2012 in London repeated itself 12 years later in Paris. So we are saying the next edition, you know, what are we going to do? But we have to review how it went. It is also a year that, you know, that was supposed to have the National Sport Festival 2024. We remember even after 2012 that Lagos hosted, it was supposed to go to Cross River, and Cross River won the right to, you know, to host the event. That is our own Nigerian Olympics. And I tell you, we waited and waited. We waited for Godot. And when it didn't arrive, the wise one, Solomon Dalong, said, let us take it into Abuja. Up to now, we are still waiting for Cross River, to put their facilities together. Ogun State, on the other hand, Abeokuta, the Gateway Games that he held, and before Lagos, was an example then, because it was really, private sector driven. It was an innovation, and we applauded them. And when it now came to part 2, we thought that it was going to be a 2.0, compared to what happened before. But it's like, I don't think we're having 0.5, because right now it was supposed to be 2024 November. It was moved, right there to February of 2025, and then right now we are talking about May 2025. That is if it is going to hold. And people have been saying, look at the international calendar. A lot of events will be taking place within that period. But if they look at and they believe we can do it, so be it. But for now, the National Sport Festival has been postponed again. That is the second time it was postponed by one minister, and postponed also by the National Sport Commission. So Ministry of Sport postponed it, and the National Sport Commission has postponed it. I hope they will still be there by next year. If it holds, we believe it will going to hold. So we look at that. We look at what most outstanding Nigerian sports persons during the year, male, female. Who do you pick? Do you pick from football? Do you pick from wrestling? Do you pick from Paralympics? A lot of them that did us proud, because we did about 0-0-0 in Paris. It wasn't 0-0-0 when the Paralympians went there and brought us honor, to our fatherland. So basically, we look at boxing. Of course. There was a lot of boxing that take place. I know Jimmy will come in here and do us proud. We want to talk about Formula 1. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 for another V, which is what we are talking about today. But all in all, 2024 was a great year, and then it was the year where Trust Ekong, ruled Africa as the best player in the Afcon tournament. We're going to look at all that. My team is in the house, and like I said, basically we might just open this line early. You guys are partakers of this show. You guys sustain this show. And it's our pleasure to do this show with you. So let me just bring my guys in. And probably after introduction and after that things, we just open the lines while we are running through what happened in 2024. The controversies of the Ballon d'Or and others are not exempted. And then, we were talking about, nobody would have foreseen what is happening to the great one, Pep Guardiola. A lot of this, 2024 is just that year. A sporting year it is in all ramifications. Let's start with the Catalan. Theophilus Agbalo is in the house. Theo, 2024, your highlights.
My highlights of 2024. Good afternoon, Ken. Okay, good afternoon. You said the Olympics was 0-0-0, but the Paralympics was 2-4-2. 2 gold, 2-3-2. Sorry, 2 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze medals.
Yeah.
Yechi Mark, Oluwafemi Ayo. When Okwe was there, saw some of them, and
yeah, Okwe went there with his wife.
Yes, and
okay, the wife took Okwe to the event.
I went to the 0-0 party.
But then again, like you said, highlights all the way. It was also the year of Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
We saw
a breakout
star, a future Ballon d'Or winner, I hope. Basically take the world by storm.
Are you going to award it to him?
Well, that's what they are saying now, that it's not an honest award. So probably I'm the one that will give it to him, But ramifications, 2024 was a good year. And there were a lot of highlights for me. Rodri, Barca, Pep, But then again, it's sports, and we're hoping for an even better 2025, Ken.
All right, he just talked about that one. So let's move ahead. Where Ajala is also in the house. Like I said, the wife was kind enough to take him to Paris, to go to go to
0-0 party.
And then 0-0. Well, here in Lagos, we're looking at it. Your highlights of 2024, sporting highlights.
Yeah, the highlight has to be when we got that bronze medal at the Paralympics, because at least that means we're not leaving Paris.
That opened the doors back.
They say a bird at hand
is
what more than so. Whether others will bring in the medal, but as soon as we got that bronze medal in badminton, and the first by any African player at any level, whether Olympics, Paralympics, I think that lifted the weight of the shoulder of over 200 million people. I could see the minister, everybody was around the ladies. So I think for me that was just the highlight, because that was the icebreaker. That was the icebreaker in badminton. You see, so the areas sometimes you think that you are not going to see it. That is where of course we all know that the power lifters have been doing us proud. You can count that on. Today, even the next 20 years, they will still be winning medals. I tell you, it's a culture. I just probably we should be having a Paralympic, festival, on their own. You understand? And because not just going to a major tournaments to win event for us, it's an all-inclusive kind of, bring them in. We did interview them here. They wanted a joint festival, yes. Their fears was, by the time you isolate the special athlete, yes, the monetary reward from the state government might not come. But when you do it together, what you pay Mr. A, you got to pay Mr. B. I think that should be a policy, okay? No, I think they fought for it, because I think the minister before Eno wanted to separate the special athletes. That is Sunday, and they protested all over the federation, especially at National Stadium here, also in Abuja. So from then, they had the joint games. The truth is that if you don't give to the Paralympians, that means you didn't budget anything. Because they represent the state. No, you don't understand what I'm trying to say is this: if we are going to a major event, and you say you want to reward the Olympians and not the Paralympians, at the end of the day, whatever you budget will come back to your pocket. I get the point. You're not going to give it out because nobody's going to receive it. Are you getting it? We're 0-0-0. So if they budgeted 1 billion, to give us reward for them, which would have been in that particular budget, where is it? Are you getting me? So basically, cut short this and approve that one. So that was it at the Olympics. I don't know if we have the medal, the tables, if we can see, because of that, the picture that they tell lie. So you can see how it was. We cried in 2012. Actually, we cried when we came back and President Jonathan, and they said, look, guys, let us. We went to a retreat. All the eggheads, they met, they discussed. Okonjo Iweala was there. They said, now the Minister of Finance is there. The lot of see, this country, there's something called Bobo. And we were all hopeful, thinking that after them. But then when we now went from there, we went to Brazil, and it was Samson Siasia's team
that brought a solitary bronze, one bronze. I remember going to that Olympics. I think the governor of Bayelsa State, I think was it 7 million? Because they were looking for funds, they were looking for money to go, and there was no money. So he has to cry to his state governor for him to get that and take us there. Funding has been our bane. It has been the main challenge that we've been having in sports in Nigeria. Funding. While we're looking at all this, the local governments now have autonomy. Their money is coming to them direct. There is no supervisor taking it. Should we now start seeing like what we are seeing all over? You've gone to Italy, you've gone to Spain, you've gone to France. You see all this in the counties. When you go to England, it is littered everywhere. Where you can just access to facilities. I mean, we will not tell that they should not instead of prioritizing lock-up shops. That local government councils should also say, look, let us have playgrounds.
Ken, ironically, I watched on Channels TV when a supposedly local government chairman in their city was saying he had no capacity to provide security. And the minister was saying when he was the chairman in the Obiopo in Love, he was building police stations.
Yes.
So I think it has to do with the attitude of the person and that carryover effect. Because for now, everybody just say, okay, you have that alibi already that, look, you don't have money. The money goes to the states. You have joint fund, joint account and whatever. But now, that's why I say it's a function of the head that wear that cap. If the head is not ready to think, the cap will just be something that the mob put on their head.
Okay, we'll help them to think. We'll help them to think. Let us see as we are going where we're going to. It was the year of Afcon, and then I'm trying to think about how the influence of Afcon in the awards, in the Afcon awards. I don't know, but the Afcon came in, and my highlight for when I don't go ask, I ask myself. My highlight actually for the Afcon has to do with Cote d'Ivoire. Sacking the manager.
Mid-tournament.
Mid-tournament, bringing a man in. I said, look, guy, you come and do this thing. In fact, before they even brought him in, they were negotiating with France to release their former manager. You understand? To come and continue. And France said, no, he is taking up our familiarity. I was okay, fine. We're not going to get choice. Since you're already there, you just slot in. And then the rejected stone or the unappreciated stone became the chief cornerstone that won Cote d'Ivoire the title. Look, let's look at at the performances of Nigeria, South Africa, and like we are saying, the teams, the team that did so well, in Afcon in Cote d'Ivoire. Your summary?
Well, Team Nigeria for me all the way. Although there were standout performances from different players that played for different teams. Like for instance, Ronwe Williams, South Africa goalkeeper, excellent. Best goalkeeper in Africa at the moment, deserved it.
Four penalty saves in one game.
Yeah, deserved it. So he totally deserved it. Looking at this striker for Cote d'Ivoire, trying to remember the one I play for Borussia Dortmund now. He had to overcome leukemia or so. Yes, Sebastian Haller. Having to overcome the health challenges that he had mid-season. That was last year. Coming back for his national team. I think he even got a goal against Nigeria in the final.
He got the
winning goal. And that day, performed excellently well as far as I'm concerned. But why I said Team Nigeria all the way was because even though, yes, we all talked about Osimhen, we're talking about Stanley Wabali, and of course, Trustekong. So it's Ademola Lookman that had been on the horizon.
That is Williams.
That's Ronwe Williams, and then Nadozie, Nigerian women's goalkeeper. Ademola Lookman, now that's him on your screen, went on to be the only team playing for Atlanta that defeated Xabi Alonso's unbeaten Bayern Leverkusen in last season, and in a Europa League final, becoming the first player to score a hat-trick and that was super impressive. Going on to crown it by winning the African Footballer of the Year, Ademola Lookman has literally been a gem that we basically saw unearthed a couple of seasons ago, but he has basically blossomed this season. And even yesterday in Atlanta's game, he was still the man of the match against Lazio, trying to maintain the unbeaten run in the 89th or 87 minutes of the game, providing an assist, coolly providing an assist that beat the Lazio goalkeeper. So as far as I'm concerned, yes, individual performances from other parts of other players in Africa, but you see, Ademola Lookman, I think he was the best performer for me last season.
All right, Ademola Lookman, the best performer. We'll come to that when we say, William, who's your sport person of 2024? But like you are saying, these are the CAF awards, and this is a carryover, like we said, from the team
Hakimi
that performed in both.
Mama Hakimi.
But Ken, again, I think for the outcome, we should not forget of the field incidents where we lost so many Nigerians. Sadly, we lost so many Nigerians. Possibly as a result of the out-attack football from Jose Peseiro, but I don't think we should have this kind of scenario going forward.
Yes, I know we lost some prominent members. Yes. Cairo, Odrigo, a lot of people, just slumped after watching that game. Yeah. But the light is the team. There is something everybody have their own therapy. But sometimes if I want to watch high tension games, either I watch it alone. You understand? I don't want to watch it where everybody is. Or if it is too much, go through live score. Just find somewhere to be monitoring what is going on. Because then if you did this attack.
But there were moments. There was one particular moment that stood out at the Afcon where this man literally became a meme. Particular coach that his player missed an opportunity.
And the pod was
there were moments.
They're funny what I tell you, that is. I wish you can.
These are people that are paid.
I have that picture somewhere on my phone because I know I took it.
No, but again, the weather was.
The weather was. Yeah.
Weather.
Indeed of the moment, I think it was.
Oh man, please. Okay, but let me stick with you. 2024 was the year that Finidi George was announced as the coach of the year, the coach of the Super Eagles in April. Yeah. He was unveiled in May. Okay. And he resigned in June. I don't understand.
Yeah, Ken, I think the underlining of word I can just pick up from there, the learning curve. Okay. Is, I think it was a 4-4 match or 5-5 match, Ferguson's last match. And he was
5-5. Yes. The only 5-5 in the history of the EPL.
He said, look, support your manager.
Yeah, exactly. When he brought Moyes.
And after Finidi left, that was the same thing he was saying. When you give someone the job, please support that person. And that's why I say it should be a learning curve. You give someone the responsibility.
You must give him the authority.
Give him the authority.
Exactly. That is the thing.
Don't let us put up cosmetic approach to management. And that was what happened. And I think the NFF should just get the blame because you must have seen something before giving someone a contract. So 2 matches should not visitate that contract.
Management 101. When you give him the responsibility, you give him the authority to carry it out. Take it to the bank. That is how it is. But you don't, some people will give you a job and then they will be supervising, or bypassing you. Channel of communication is so much important. They met. I think we told this story here before. Yeah, severally where Affinity and the FA then, they met with the minister. And on that meeting, the FA president said, look, we are going to support him. Affinity left Abuja and took his flight to Port Harcourt. And at the guy that left Port Harcourt, he was hearing that, man, the FA went on to make a press conference that they are bringing in a technical advisor. And the guy resigned. Yes, look, I said, I'm happy. I'm grateful for the time I've worked with you guys. But because of the change in technical, you understand, the technical days, I am, treated well. I wish you guys the best of luck. So that is how 3 good months, or 2 months, because it started in April, May, June. He was appointed. It was announced as the coach in April. Unveiled before the. I wish you can watch the unveiling of Finidi. He was unveiled. I think that was it May 13th or something like that. It was unveiled in May, and by June, the young man has resigned. So that is the story of Finidi. But then the story didn't end there because when the national team, when he left the national team, his state called him in and said, "Come and handle Rivers United." And I'm telling you, he's doing marvelously well with Rivers United. They've been there in the top 2, either topping or beyond, in the league. He won the league with Eimba before, he became the national team coach. So basically, let's see how that is how it went. We are not going to say it went, but that's how it's going as well, and whatever it is. And then we talk about. I'm sticking with Tokbe. National Sport Festival postponed again. Now 2024 is Obosolamo. Yes. Today is 29th, 30, 31st. So by Wednesday we are in 2025. So it's no longer 20. It's still going to be 2024. Because that is the thing. I hope we are not going to see another Cross River experience.
No, you already said it that already we have 2 administrations postponing the National Sports Festival. And the National Sports Festival, if it was in the science world, should be like the laboratory for Nigerian sport.
Yeah, exactly.
But so if you don't have, as a scientist, you don't have your laboratory, so how do you intend to test your specimen or your analysis, diagnosis? So that means practically you just be more like armchair
critic,
scientist.
Yeah, of course.
And so when you have armchair scientists, there will be no technology. And exactly that is the same way. So all we'll be having is all motion, no movement for Nigerian sport.
All motion, no movement. But this is the NSC. This is the era of the technocrats. We have brought in people that know. See, when Eno was there, and I was there, we asked him that question. You remember? We asked him, look, you are just coming and the people say you don't understand what sport is all about. But here we have a Diko who has been there, an accomplished marketer. You know, he's been marketing for the for sports in Nigeria, and then put into the FA, vice chairman of the Nigerian Football Federation. Managed the league for so long. So of course this is a man who understands the terrain. And then we have Bukola Lakbadi, Commissioner for Sports, the man who is in charge of everything marathon in Nigeria. That has his specialty and stuff. Looking for funds and getting it. Of course, they said now we are moving from consumption to production. So we want to see how those products will emanate. We want to see how, because some of us here, or not some of us here, this show fought for the coming in of the Sports Ministry of Sports,
being separated
from youth and sports, where they were getting less than 10% of the total budget for youth and sports. And then when it came up, we thought, hey, hooray, probably we can move from there. But it was just almost like stillborn, because a few months after, it was show where we were. But let's see.
Ken, I think the earlier the presidency also resolved the issue of are we having a minister or not? Because when the act that bet the sports commission says the chairman should be under a minister.
Okay, so that is the solution. That's the former and that is the new. That is Joe John Ewa Eno, and then we have a Shehu Diko, and then that is the thing. So that is the NSC and the the former Ministry of Sport Development, and then a minister, and then the National Sport Commission. So let's see. It was somebody who said, was it Shakespeare? Said that which is called a rose by any other name will smell as sweet. So it is not the name that is making it to be the rose to have that scent that will go for. Call it any name. Call it Blackwood. Call it Wood. Call it anything. I mean, you're still going to smell as sweet. But let us see if the change of name, if the renaming, if the rechristening will also be a new dawn for Nigerian sport. That's why with the personnel that we have there. But I remember when Jimmy comes, I will ask him a simple question.
Kennedy and Ken will always be the same.
because the MOC of the of the National Sports Festival is the DG of the National Sports. I don't know how we are going to marry that. Okay, we'll go on we want to go on a very short, but we'll go on a short break. I want to hear from Catalan. The travels, you can add in that thing. The travels of Barcelona and Pep. Pep, just summarizing the film.
I wouldn't necessarily call it travels. Everybody knows that the club is currently in crisis, and like most people that go through crisis, will definitely come out of it. But for someone like Pep Guardiola,
yes, 2024, did you see this coming?
At all, I don't think anybody, even for those that do not like Pep at all, none of them would have seen it coming. And there was a manager that said something. He said, the whole world is watching. See, managers are watching. They want to see how it will come back from this. He said, because if it can happen to Pep, it can happen to them. And if anybody can come out of it, it's also Pep Guardiola, because he is the greatest.
All right. He said he's the greatest. We're going on break. When we come back, we will get replies. Stay with us.
Success to them, because always was not enough. We try it again and again. And that's why we won a lot of titles in every 3 days games, a win for many months, many years, because again and again. And now you have to do the same when the results are not good. Yeah. It's what it is. I prefer don't leave that situation, but it's what it is. I think it's try to be as much calm as possible to try to read what is the situation. The situation results is obviously, but what can do to next game to do it better with the players come back and the players, you know, start in that position. This is what we wanna try, we wanna do. It's all I wanna do.
You're welcome back. See, he doesn't know how to lose. Now he's losing. Is he going to come out of it? Theo dropped that clanger before he left. Was it a clanger or a banger? I know he dropped something. He said, Pep is the greatest. Of course, greatness itself is subjective, but that is what he said. How do you solve problems like this? Jimmy's in the house. But before I come to Jimmy, growing up, we watched this movie, The Sound of Music. And how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you solve a problem like Pep losing? You know, my guys from some part of this country, my brothers are, they say it's hello everywhere. The lines are open. You see the numbers right there, and they'll put it there. Join us on this show. But Jimmy's in the house. Jimmy Kato, Jimmy Golano. Jimmy, how are you?
A very pleasure to be here, and it's so funny that Theo had to go that way, calling Pep the greatest. I mean, the timing.
Do you disagree with him?
No,
absolutely.
I even think that the timing is wrong for him to even make that sort of proclamation. What has happened to Pep now reminds me of what happened to Yemi Olanrewaju, coach of Enyimba, winless in 9 games, and unfortunately he had to be mutually. I mean, we have to respectfully let him go. So Stanley Eguma is now the coach of Enyimba, but the question really is how much support did he get from Enyimba whilst there? There have been questions about that logistics, questions about players' bonuses not being paid, and you wonder, at the CAF Super League, they got $750,000 amounting to 1.17 billion. And I remember on set here, we did say, we did try to look at it. What exactly did they need to use the money for? Players' welfare, upgrade of facilities, coaching, maybe recruitment of players, you know, across the continent and all that. But you don't seem to see all of that. And unfortunately, it looks like the same lack of support that Finidi got whilst, you know, being the Super Eagles coach is the same that Yema also did complain about for. Okay,
let's come back as well. Looking at it, this is part of the year in review. How do you think Pep is going to briefly? Can Pep come out of this? What does he really need to get out of this?
A couple of weeks ago, I actually suggested that he may have lost the dressing room, because trust me, these players, they could not have all gone bad. I mean, all become so mediocre. Yes, I understand the fact that the players are fagged out. You know, when you get to the zenith, you begin to probably wane in terms of quality and all that. But Real Madrid won consecutively the Champions League.
No, they are two different.
But Madrid have been changing the personnel. Like now, Pep is still playing with the first player he bought when he came in Gundogan. He's still playing with Kevin De Bruyne. Okay. He's still playing with Ederson. He's still playing with Kyle Walker. He's still playing with John Stones. He's still playing. I mean,
I understand what you are saying.
Madrid select competitions.
Even if
they go for the one you play 10 matches and neglect, or maybe because they don't have that kind of competition in the La Liga, or like the Premier League. So La Liga, I know at once.
I think we also want to be careful about that. If you say they don't have the same. If you say they don't have the same level of competition, that means you are disregarding teams like Sevilla, Villarreal, Deportivo.
What has Sevilla achieved in the Champions League?
What I'm saying basically is this: I'm not suggesting that the EPL is, you know, less competitive, but I'm saying You make it look like, okay, the La Liga is not competitive.
No, as the EPL, because that is why
no,
when Pep needs to win a competition with 1 point. So the pressure, the intense pressure of the EPL alone is enough to even, you say something about fatigue to ensure that the players are fagged out. And what I'm saying is, we can't bring in Madrid, because Madrid, they have their work cut out.
Okay, Madrid is a team above.
No. Focus. If Madrid were to be in the EPL, they won't be that successful in the Champions League.
Okay,
Because their top four. No. Their top four might not be guaranteed. For Madrid in the EPL, the La Liga, their top four is guaranteed.
Yes. So the question is, now he said he needs to get his team back. The question again, there's a question in that particular, the statement he made that he needed to get the team back. Does it mean that all the other players, they have become so suddenly mediocre that they cannot even as much as... If you had
the injury list has not been fair to him. Look back,
I don't understand where you're coming from.
No.
You made that excuse for Ten Hag. Right? You made that excuse for Ten Hag.
No.
The performance...
Even Arsenal riding high. The moment Odegaard and Saka we saw what happened to them.
They didn't go on this sort of winless streak. That's what we are talking about.
Came back briefly, but when at a point the whole entire defense line was depleted.
Ken, are you making an excuse for Pep? No. A team that on its good day, they get on the field, teams already know that,
at the point they were saying Man City second team win the league. At the point.
So what are we talking about?
See, understand we say Man City second team. Like now, check. When you check the bench.
Yeah.
When you remove even the first 11 players, you check the bench.
Yeah.
Even the first 11 players you are bringing are players that you are managing. Just Manuel Akanji always is injured, half fit. Nathan Ake is half fit. Ruben Diaz is already not there. Kai Walker is so. I mean,
the quality of these boys when they get on the field, compared to the team that they are playing.
When you are managing,
see,
there is a difference between being fit and being match fit.
Okay.
And we are saying, like I said, I might be wrong. It's my own opinion from my own observation.
Yeah.
I'm not imposing on anybody.
Yeah.
I'm saying, sometimes you have that luck that your team like Liverpool, you don't have any injury, you just go on, and they have that luxury of changing players. But now, players that you are supposed to be changed are not fixated. Kevin De Bruyne in the past 2 seasons have not been who he was, injury-wise. You understand?
That is not the problem of the opposition. Okay, Jimmy, let me say something.
Totally.
As a manager,
yes.
Pep, injury cannot be excused. Cannot be an excuse. Let me tell you something.
Why?
Sir Alex said something which I will always recall. He said, look, as a manager, just guard against 3 things. Injuries, suspension, and ill-luck. So that means you have to, as a manager, you need to be proactive and know these things will definitely happen. So when it happens, what is your plan?
When Fergie was there, we knew how he groomed players so that we won't have this sort of situation. Man City Academy, do they have any players coming forth? How many of them will come forth?
Let's assume
how many?
Pep
Oscar Bob came from Rico Lewis came there.
So the question is, if they have a functional academy, as much as we are seeing of Arsenal, then they should be getting points.
We are saying this about Pep because of his past reputation. If not, Pep will have been out of job. No, he will have been out of job
now.
He's still one
win in 13 matches.
But you don't sack a manager for being 7th on the league. I mean, for goodness sake.
No, one win in 13 matches.
In spite of all that, what we are saying here, in spite of all this, he's still 7th on the league.
That is championship stuff, not champion stuff. You are going down.
No, they are going back to where they belong to before now.
Championship stuff, not champion
Manchester. Okay, whatever Manchester United, who are for. Okay. So what of Manchester United? What is the issue with them? I mean, you sacked Ten Hag, you bring in Amorim.
I think the mistake they made was not allowing Van Nistelrooy to end the season as a coach. I mean, they should have allowed Amorim coming for next season because it's so hard. We've seen with the rotation policy of Amorim, maybe it's not been working. Also, some of the players, they don't deserve to play for United. Look at the Bruno Fernandes incident. There are times you look at the quality of these players based on what we know of them and what they bring to the table when they actually do.
Which are the players that you think are not deserving to be on Manchester United?
For example, Fernandes as the captain of United, I'm worried. I don't.
About his quality as a player or leadership qualities?
Both.
Leadership.
The quality of play. The quality of play.
When he was signed, it was actually one of the best signings there. And then also, meeting up FIFPro and FIFA shortlist among Bando. Yes. And then what it does for country and club tells you this.
Okay, so
as a player, he's fun. To me, that's what he's a Leadership is. By giving 20%, I'm being generous, because if you watch a football club that had the Roy Keanes of this world, if you have a football club that had a Vidic of this world, a Vieira of this world, if you have clubs that have that is captain. So you just touch him and the first like bitter leaf.
2003, 2004.
That is not the quality of a warrior.
You have young players and your captain has already been carried 3 times in the season.
Even when you are even getting the red, I don't even care where you get your red cards. No, I'm talking about me. I'm talking about
when Roy Keane was playing, was it
when Roy Keane was playing? Roy Keane got a red card in the semi-finals in 1999 between Manchester United and a crucial game. Manchester United and Arsenal at the Villa Park.
How many did they get all
Roy Keane got a red card before Nigeria.
No.
Wait, now let me finish now. I'm telling you this. You're talking about Roy Keane.
Yeah.
In that same year before, Roy Keane didn't play the final in 1999. Because of red card. So he has the red card issues.
But he was a leader amongst leaders.
That's why you are not getting me. I said, listen to us. I said I don't have issue with the red card. Roy Keane does have the red card. But I say in his leadership qualities, I can't even give Bruno Fernandes 20%. That's what I'm saying. They don't have it. That you don't. You are as a leader. You are a general. You are a field marshal. Your team. Then they touch you, you fall. You fall. Whatever you are. No. That is not a Patrick Vieira. That is not a Roy Keane. That is not a Steven Gerrard. That is not a John Terry. That is not. I mean, you go over there and lead. Franz Beckenbauer. Maradona. Even when Maradona is warming up before you come, you are shaking in your pitch. That is what leadership is all about. You don't just start. I mean, this is a game of men. And that is why United, whatever. All the Rashford that they are blaming, they'll keep on blaming Rashford. They blame, they throw Messi.
You can imagine Ahmad Diallo being a very, very crucial player in United.
I think that deal, like Jimmy said, was not well thought out. Even Sporting Lisbon that gave out Amorim also having problems.
I think probably what they were trying to do is maybe they don't want other people to come for him. But they could have also signed him as a resume at the end of the year.
Of course.
Or whatever it is. So they would have put that clause. Well, let's leave football and go to boxing. Jimmy, who is your boxer of the year?
My boxer of the year has to be Terence Crawford.
Jimmy.
You see now, you asked me a question. So you wanted an answer. You wanted me to say Usyk. Okay, Usyk.
No.
Why do you think you wanted it to say Usyk? Why?
I mean, it's obvious. Because of Tyson Fury, it's obvious. But honestly, you have to give it to Usyk. What he's done this year.
Okay, I don't know if the number is on this right there on the screen. We've not heard from you guys, so don't tell us that every time you guys are not asking us to call, because we want you to join the show. Let us know your highlights of 2024, sporting highlights, that is.
Ken, Usyk actually lost his last match in September 2009. That's 15 years ago.
Okay.
2018, he was named Fighter of the Year when he became the unified cruiserweight champion of the world. Only 3 of them, were able to do that. You had Inoue. Inoue did that. Also Crawford. So those 3 undisputed, fantastic boxers. Right now, they are still undefeated. But Usyk stands head and shoulders above every other boxer because of what he has been able to do, fighting.
I mean, just take 2024, Jimmy.
2024. I'm talking of 2024. Okay. I mean, what he's been able to do, just upsetting Tyson Fury. Even if I do not agree with the decisions, but the mere fact that he could even stand toe to toe with Tyson Fury
twice.
You have to give him that.
I thought in their first meeting, it was the referee that saved Tyson Fury.
No, you see,
because it was not Tyson Fury from pillar to pillar.
It was a split decision. And for me, the second is unanimous. And that unanimous, the reason why I would love, for everyone to look at it from this point of view is that 3 judges gave 4 rounds to Tyson Fury. even majority of the boxing champions the world over felt it was closer.
Did you see the compute? Did you see the number of punches for each round? The compute landing punches.
Whilst I understand what you are saying.
Yes.
It was pretty close. It was so close.
No, it was not.
I am talking about specific here now, Jimmy. I am saying from round 1 to round 2.
There was a time I talked about Usyk and Dubois. Yeah. I don't know whether it was Usyk and Joshua. I talked about CompuBox, and you seem to contest.
No, I have not contested CompuBox.
CompuBox.
I've never contested
because you now begin to look at the total number of punches landed, and landed
per round.
So I give it to Usyk.
Yeah.
But giving 4 rounds ahead of Tyson Fury in that particular bout
if he was appointed in 12 rounds, in 8 of the 12 rounds, what do you allocate? Is it allocation?
Rounds that we
is it budget allocation?
8 of the 12 rounds that we watched. It was too close. Maybe by a round, but not 4 rounds. That's
Jimmy,
what I'm saying.
I don't know. You know, when you watch some of these things and the weather, it affects the quality
all
of
right. We are doing 20 round of 2024. That is the Gypsy King, and then he says, look, he says he wants to go and fight in Ngannou. That is the next thing he wants to do. He's going to. I mean, he wants to rematch with Ngannou, and they also ask Ngannou. Ngannou doesn't want to rematch with Anthony Joshua. Ngannou wants to rematch with Tyson. Let's see how this is going to happen. It's all about the money. Where the money comes from. Whether it is in the octagon or in the room square, it is all about the money. I want to hear from Cristiano Ronaldo on awards. Probably that is what we'll look at it. Because I will ask Jimmy too. Jimmy's here. I will ask him whether he was. Jimmy's sincere. Jimmy's always sincere. I know he's going to do a sincere. Honest. But very honest. Let's hear from Cristiano Ronaldo first.
Bellingham, Lamine now, this young generation, Vinicius, that they do a fantastic job, and in my opinion, he deserved to win the Golden Ball. It was unfair, in my opinion, I say here in front of everybody. They give to Rodrigo, he deserved to, but I think they should give to Vinicius because he win the Champions League, they scored in a final goal. The other issues for me is not important. When you deserve, you should give who deserve. But, you know, these galas, they always do it the same thing. This is why I love Globe Soccer and continue to do it these galas, because you do it honest award. So this is very good.
Okay.
He called it honest award.
Did he go too far?
No, okay, I think overboard. Now, this is the same Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah. I told you that the European Championship is the most important competition in the world.
Yeah.
Now, it's now the Champions League. When he won the Euros, he said the Euros were the most important, even bigger than the World Cup. Now, suddenly, because of cash, or lack of cash, the Champions League that is played annually, like the FA Cup, is now more important than the Euros. I think it's unfair. And as a player, this should not be coming from Ronaldo, who has also benefited immensely in the past from this.
I don't think so. I think it's a matter of perspective.
Can you go back to the 2013 Ballon d'Or Awards? I mean, which he benefited from?
Well, I think it's a matter of perspective. Because,
that's wrong. Yeah.
Because you see 6, I see 9. Ronaldo actually must have believed that he deserved more Ballon d'Ors than he did get, which maybe he had benefited more Messi. So maybe that's his own way of expressing his angst. Because whether you like it or not, they both were going head-to-head. That duopoly, they went head-to-head. You could talk about what happened in 2013,
let me just come back to the first question I asked.
Yes.
I asked him, did he go overboard? Did this statement here belittle the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA the best? I said, these people give honest, that others are dishonest, probably whatever it is. He won the dishonest awards.
Several.
Did he win it dishonestly?
Well, I want to choose my words carefully.
Yes.
I don't think... when you say he said honest award, it doesn't mean the others are dishonest. Even those that he did participate in.
He came from somewhere. He said... sorry, Jimmy. Okay. He said... Vinicius should have won. So he started from somewhere. He didn't just jump to somewhere.
Yes.
And then I said, this is why.
I also gave you a background.
Yeah,
because he must have believed that he deserved to win more Ballon d'Ors than
that's exactly what. So which...
I don't think he will have any issue with
FIFA. There are 3 major global awards for now.
Yeah.
I mean, like this one just joining it. In terms of that, I have to do with football.
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or, FIFA the best, and this. So which ones are the dishonest ones?
Maybe we'll ask him. but then
let's leave it that way.
But for Ballon d'Or, I'm sure he's not happy with Ballon d'Or. I don't think he will complain about FIFA.
Okay, Messi. All right, okay, this is it.
Messi playing in 38 degrees.
Yes, okay, say Messi is, of course, that he cannot play in 38 degrees, playing in 38 degrees and time. And then Cristiano also came in and said the League One, that the Saudi Pro League is is better than the League One. And then somebody went on to come and check and said, okay, the Pro League you're talking about here, of course, this is global football rankings, that the League 2 is ranked above. But I don't. To me, on my personal opinion,
he's an ambassador of the Saudi.
If you have, no, I agree. If you have a Cristiano Ronaldo, a Benzema, and all those who play in the Pro League, I don't think it ranks lower. I mean, that the League 2 should be ranked, that League 2 should be ranked higher than a league where those persons are there.
It doesn't make sense.
So when we had Oscar and the likes in the Chinese league, so the Chinese league was ranking.
No, when we have Oscar just left the Chinese league now. But that was for just, I mean, because a lot of them that went there left.
Yes.
They left, they came back.
Some time.
Because one, the Chinese league was being handled by the clubs themselves.
Exactly.
But this is, the Saudi investment.
For them.
I understand. So this project is different from the other one. And the sustainability
is guaranteed.
And then the traffic, the number of quality players in the Pro League. I mean, you cannot take that one down.
And the Saudi clubs, how are they fair in the Asian Championship?
You are looking at it from a different point of view.
Let me Alila, the Chinese, they have just broken the world record for for 38 games of consecutive wins, inclusive of the Asian Championship.
So the question is, the League 2 clubs. Which of the League 2 clubs will you say they have attracted commercial exposition to that level? That you feel that
Jimmy,
they are ahead of?
We are looking at this thing from the commercial angle. And
money runs the game.
If it's money, Newcastle should be with their oil money, should be winning the EPL.
The projected, they said in 10 years.
My wit, when players, when they have this issue with the taxman, they always say, no, they all need to focus on playing football. They don't know anything about this thing. Which,
before 2024 ends, let us see the fixtures. Let us see the fixtures of the matter we played. Manchester, the city of Manchester is in gloom.
Yes.
Because whether you go to the red side or the blue side, okay, it is not the same. We thought we should give you that. But said it is. We don't have that now. But then, like we say, like United, like City. I mean, what is there any United faces will take on Newcastle in their next game? Is it going to be same of the same? Do you think so?
With Alexander Isak now, it will be very difficult for United.
The guy is on form. I think get me
that boy for us now.
Why do you want him in Arsenal?
Oh, that boy is
he wants to win titles.
Well, are you saying that? Ken, you have started because I don't understand. You are looking up Arsenal. You are below the ladder. You are at the bottom of the ladder, and you are looking at a team high up there. And you are trying to castigate them. I don't understand. How do you do that?
Wait. Was it Middlesbrough which team beat Arsenal in one League Cup final?
Birmingham. Obafemi
Martins. That they passed the bottle.
Let trouble Leicester against troubled Manchester City. Crystal Palace against Southampton. Everton against Nottingham Forest. Fulham taking on Bournemouth. Tottenham taking on Wolves. West Ham taking on
Leicester, Man City, both of them are on LLL. After the first two games that Van Nistelrooy got 4 points.
When he trains the pause, I expect Leicester to actually.
West Ham Liverpool. Okay, time to go.
Yeah, for my woman of the year, it has to be Chiamaka Nnadozie. Male of the year, it has to be Lukman Ademola.
Okay.
For me, as I said, Enitan Bolaji, for giving us that bronze medal.
Badminton.
Don't say Ishao Ogunkule for your man.
No. She got the first one. And of course, Ademola Lukman.
Okay.
All right. They've told you, don't look any further. Ademola Lukman.
Thank you.
Until we see you in 2025, I'm Ken Ochonogo. God bless Nigeria.